Boosie got the Harry Fry.
Glamps in the matrix. Your life turned to flipping pages. All the real talent behind them cages.
Thank you guys for tuning back in, and welcome to Week 15. Free Picks brought to you by Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Follow our Facebook group, Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio group, for your free picks and ticket postings. We're coming off of Week 14, one of the worst weeks of the year so far. I think we missed 9 games. 3 of them didn't cover. We had 3 picks that we switched last second, which we switched to the wrong side. So this week we got a little bit easier of a lineup, getting ready for the playoffs, so teams are becoming a little bit more predictable. So we're going to start it off with the Thursday night game. The San Francisco 49ers coming in 10-4 to the Seattle Seahawks. Pretty much a must-win for Seattle. 49ers are looking to lock up the division. We see backup quarterback Brock Purdy coming in there with that elite defense and great coaching system that the 49ers have. I think that should be enough for him to get it done. 49ers are definitely looking to go ahead and lock up the division now. Without Debo, I see Christian McCaffrey getting a pretty heavy load, putting a lot of pressure on Geno Smith. So we're going to rock with the 49ers in that game. I don't know, I hate to give up any points, but probably have to money line them. I have a feeling that the game's going to be close, but we'll have to wait and see. So take the 49ers with as little points as possible. We're going to our Saturday schedule. We got 3 games this week. It's that time of the year. So the first game on the Saturday schedule is going to be the Colts going to the Vikings. Obviously, the Colts have nothing really to work for. Minnesota Vikings are 10-3, 6-1 at home. Another chance for them to go ahead and lock up that division. They're coming into this game at 3.5-point favorites. Obviously, we want to try to money line that or sell some points or whatever to get that spread down. Justin Jefferson's 1,500 yards on the season. Pretty spectacular. Minnesota's missing 2 linebackers, so the Colts have a chance to try to keep this close, but they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. Colts are playing terrible even after their coaching change. Minnesota's 95 rushing yards per game definitely needs to be picked up. We got to see Dalvin Cook get the ball on the ground more. But we're going to run with Minnesota just because of the matchup advantages they have. Definitely the fact that they can win the division puts a lot on their plate, a lot to play for. So Minnesota money line that game. It's going to be one of our locks of the week. After that, the Ravens going to the Browns. It's kind of an upset game. Lamar Jackson is still out. The Browns really need to be starting Jacoby Brissett, but they're probably going to be running Deshaun Watson again. Ravens are 5-2 away, which is pretty good, but the Browns are coming in this game as favorites. Watson's going to be making his home debut, so I'm sure there are going to be some more women there protesting. Baltimore's allowing 19 points per game, which is really good on defense, 81 rushing yards. Baltimore's won 4 out of their last 5 games, even the last 2 without Lamar Jackson. Baltimore's 5-7 against the spread, so Cleveland giving up the 3 points might be a little too much. I like Cleveland in this game. I'm going to have to money line them, and I expect Nick Chubb to get on the ground and then put some pass rush pressure on the backup quarterback for Baltimore. Probably get this done. So we're taking Cleveland for that first upset of the Saturday schedule. After that, Miami Dolphins 8-5, trying to stay alive in this playoff race. We're going to the 10-3 Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 5-1 at home, coming into this game at a full 7-point favorite. It's been moving back and forth, 7-8. I think that spread will continue to move. We want to get it at over the touchdown and extra point, so try to get it at 7.5 or 8. Dolphins are ready for snow. I don't know if they can handle it. Obviously, Jalen Waddle came out and said that he'd never played in a snow game in his life. The other wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, has got 1,400 receiving yards on the season. The Dolphins need to pressure the quarterback, which I think they can get done. We've seen the Buffalo Bills be exposed before. They're 6-6 against the spread, Buffalo is, allowing 17 points per game on this 4-game win streak. Miami's lost 2 straight, but still have a lot to play for. Potentially sliding into that wild card in the playoff championship. But we're going to be taking Miami in this game on the road. Take the 8 points. I think they play their best. They're fairly healthy. They can get a running game started. They're not running the ball well at all. But they have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. And they got some good linebackers and defensive pressure. I think that can affect that can affect them. But we'll see. We will see what Josh Allen can do. He's a pretty good quarterback. Now we're going to the Sunday schedule. December the 18th, kicking off with the Eagles going to the Bears. Eagles are giving up 9 points. Eagles are undefeated on the road. I've been sleeping on the Eagles far too long, thinking teams can compete with them, thinking teams can keep it close. They got the best quarterback, best offensive line, which makes for the best running game, great wide receiver core, 2 deep at wide receiver. They're averaging 29 points a game right now and only allowing 19. You can't doubt them anymore, man. Sanders, Hurts, and those 2 wide receivers, it's a full roster. You know? Bears are 2-4 at home, which isn't that good. They're missing 2 running backs. Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery are going to be out for this game. But I expect the Eagles to be able to cover that 9 points. I'll go ahead and call it 10. Take the Eagles minus 10 on the road. After that, the Falcons going to the Saints, 2 horrible teams, but somehow 2 teams that are still alive in the playoffs, still have a chance of winning their division. Saints are coming into this game as 4-point favorites. Obviously, with Andy Dalton playing, you can't count on them to win anything, so we're going to take Atlanta on the road. This is a very tough pick. Atlanta's got their new quarterback, Desmond Ridder, playing, so I think he has a lot to prove. A win definitely keeps them alive in this playoff race. Atlanta's 1-5 away, 7-6 against the spread, and they're allowing 260 passing yards. Both teams have only won 1 out of their last 5 games, so both teams are really playing terrible. I'm going to take Atlanta and get those 4 points. I think it might make a difference. If I can get some more points than that, I'll take them. Atlanta's going to need some help on the road, but I think they can get this done. After that, we have the Lions going to the Jets. They're saying that this is Zach Wilson's last chance. Well, I don't know if he's starting or not, but depending on how the other quarterback or he plays, he might be in line for being replaced. So the Lions are coming into this game as favorites, even though they're 6-7. The Jets are 7-6. Jared Goff having a great season, 3,300 passing yards. Obviously, the Detroit Lions offense has been very effective, almost 30 points a game. But they're also allowing almost 30 points a game. So if you can't score 30, you probably can't beat them. Detroit's won 4 out of their last 5 games, allowing 276 yards, which is pretty impressive. I think they had a lot of good things going for them. The Jets are only allowing 18 points per game, which is a stout defense. But that Lions offense has been very consistent against great defenses all year. So we're going to take the Lions, money line them on this, see if they can get this win on the road. Next game is going to be the Cowboys-Jaguars. Very interesting spread. Cowboys at 10-3 are coming in at only 4-point favorites against the Jaguars. Jaguars are 3-3 at home, 5-8 on the year. We've seen Jaguars have some good games. We've seen their defense step up. We've seen their defense give up a lot of points and then still be able to get the W. So it's going to be a very interesting game. The 4 points is so suspicious. I don't know what to do. You almost got to take Jacksonville, but the Dallas in line to try to lock their playoff spot in, which I think they'll get done at some point. They're playing well. Their defense is there. They're healthy. Dak Prescott, it's all on Dak, man. If Dak can not make mistakes and make all the right decisions, then I don't see why Dallas can't cover this. It's hard for me to not take Dallas in this game, so I'm sure I'll be regretting it come Monday. But for now, we're taking Dallas and try to money line it. I don't even know if they can cover the 4. It's just the most suspicious spread on the schedule. So we're going to run with Dallas in that game. Zeke's been playing well. They've won 4 straight. Jacksonville's only won 3 out of their last 5, but they're allowing 379 passing yards per game. Overall yards, not just passing. But Dallas is allowing 18 points per game, 8-5 against the spread, which is pretty good. So I think that Dallas defense steps up and gets Trevor Lawrence, puts some pressure on him, and gets this done. After that, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to the worst team in the league, the Houston Texans, who almost beat Dallas last week, had a chance to. 10-3 Kansas City Chiefs, obviously chasing that number 1 seed in the AFC, giving up 14 points in this game. Might as well call it 20. I'm taking the Chiefs minus 20. I think they come in here and just expose them. That Texas defense is giving up too many yards in offense on passing and receiving and rushing. The Texans have never won a home game this year. Obviously, Mahomes is the MVP. I think Kansas City can clinch the AFC with a win here. He's missing a few wide receivers. Hardman and Tony are going to be out. Houston only scoring 16 points per game is going to be a major factor. Kansas City scoring 29, but they are allowing that 258 passing yards. So I think Houston might be able to score a touchdown, but I expect the Chiefs to just come out here like a tornado and just sweep them up. After that, the Cardinals-Broncos. The Broncos, I would say, are the second worst team in the league. Cardinals are definitely the most disappointing. To be healthy and to have as much talent as they have, they should be winning more games. They're even coming into this game as an underdog, even though they have a better record than the Broncos. So this will be interesting. Denver's 5-game losing streak is horrible. They're averaging 15 points per game. Arizona's only won 1 out of their last 5 because they're allowing 27 points per game. So Cortland Sutton and Russell Wilson are both questionable. I expect James Conner to have a big day. Maybe those wide receivers will get involved. A disappointing Monday night game for Arizona. We're going to take Arizona for the bounce back. It's the second worst team in the league. And get as many points as you can. Right now it's only 1.5. Try to push that up to 3 maybe. Possibly get a push, but we're going to take Arizona for that. New England Patriots going to the Raiders. The Raiders are just the second most disappointing team in the league. They actually win games until the end. Patriots have really been on the move lately. Stevenson, Parker, Harris, and Myers are all questionable for this game. So depending on their status is going to make a big difference in who wins this game. So right now it's at a coin flip. The spread's only 1 point, so it is pretty much even. And depending on the injuries is who you're going to take. Josh Jacobs is actually questionable too. New England's Patriots are allowing 18 points per game, which is decent defense, especially against the Las Vegas offense that actually can put up some points. New England's won 3 out of their last 5. Vegas has won 3 out of their last 5, which included 2 overtime games. So Vegas has trouble keeping these games too close and then losing at the end. But for this game, we're going to take the Patriots as it stands. But depending on the running back situation and how deep the wide receivers are for New England, it would flip to the Las Vegas. So keep that in mind. After that, the Titans going to the Chargers. Chargers look to be heating up, look to be getting into form. They're coming into this game as a 3-point favorite. Both teams are 7-6, but the Titans are 4-3 on the road, so they actually play decent on the road. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a big game in this game. The Titans' passing defense is decent, but their rushing defense is one of the worst in the league. They're allowing 147 rushing yards a game. Tennessee's averaging 18 points per game scored. They're allowing 81 rushing yards per game. So, I don't know. Oh, they're allowing 81, yeah. I don't know. Tennessee's on this 3-game losing streak, which they're definitely trying to break. The Chargers have won 2 out of their last 5. Even though they've been in desperation mode for the last few weeks trying to stay alive in the AFC. Chargers are allowing 25 points per game, which is a little bit high. So I expect Tennessee to come in and get this done. I don't know how. I guess Derrick Henry just has a monster day. And they find a way to shut down that Chargers pass game. I don't know. I'm going to have to switch that and go with the Chargers. We'll take the Chargers money line. I think Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler get it done. They have one of the best passing systems in the league. They have a lot to prove here, and they're at home, where they have a 3-3 home record. So we're going to take the Chargers and money line them. After that, a big upset for my schedule. The Cincinnati Bengals going to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks are obviously in number 1 right now with a 6-7 record, trying to stay there. Spread shows you something's up because it's only -3.5. Favor in Cincinnati, so it's a very tough pick. Definitely potential upset. We're going to be taking Tampa Bay plus the 3.5. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are still questionable. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, is missing 3 of their linebackers. Cincinnati's 10-3 against the spread, and they're on this 5-game win streak, which all streaks usually come to an end. Tampa Bay's won 3 out of their last 5, and they're in desperation mode. So I see Tampa Bay coming out here, getting into playoff form. Maybe start to play like a team that wants to win some games. See if that defense can slow down some people and get that offense clicking. So we're taking Tampa Bay in that game. After that, we are going to the Giants, one of the most interesting games on the schedule. Giants have been struggling lately. The Commanders are at home. Both teams are 7-5-1. Earlier in the season, they had a tie against each other. Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson are questionable. Washington wins a lot of positional matchups in this game. Definitely quarterback, definitely wide receiver core, offensive line. Obviously, Saquon's gonna have to carry these Giants. They have really no passing game, really no other running game. So, actually, Daniel Jones is their other running game, so that says a lot. And New York's 9-4 against the spread. They've only won 1 out of their last 5. Washington's won or tied in 4 games straight, so they've been playing well. So we're gonna be going with the Giants plus these points, man. It's 5 points in this big-time divisional playoff implication game. We're going to take the Giants plus the 5. See if they can keep it close. And then we have the Packers. The Packers are at home on Monday night playing against the so pathetic LA Rams. Rams are 1-4 away. Packers are only 5-8 on the season. They're giving up 7 points to these Rams. Rams are obviously battered and beaten. We should see Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones is on the questionable list, as well as David Bakhtiari. So those are 2 big impact positions. I would try to sell some of these points and not get it at the 7. I don't know how the Rams can manage to keep it close, which I don't think they will. The Rams are just terrible. Green Bay has a lot to prove. I expect to see Christian Watson and that wide receiver core get in action. And Aaron Rodgers probably to have a big game. I expect 3 touchdowns out of him. You know. That's going to wrap it up for Week 15. Thank you to our sponsors at TeamSpacePoker.com and Coronatizer. And make sure you guys go like and subscribe, join the groups, share, and post your comments. Give me some picks because nine losses last week is just not going to get it done. So I'll see you guys next week for Week 16. May all your bets be live.